Wasn't finna do a video. There's a lot of things going on in the world of wrestling. First of all, my thoughts and prayers go out to superstar Billy Graham. Uh, right now, he's on life support, and I want to just wish my respects to one of the best wrestlers ever, and also to tell prayers for superstar Billy Graham as well as his wife. Now, the reason I pushed not wanting to do it, because I'm going back and forth about talking about this, is the fact that it shouldn't have nothing to do with me. But at the same time, I just saw an article that says Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson franchise axed because of kidnapping claims. Now, everybody knows The Rock. I've known The Rock since '96, since he debuted in the WWF/WWE. The Rock became a big mega star after he did his first movie, The Mummy Returns, where he played the character the Scorpion King. And then after that, he did the Scorpion King. And it was out to the Rockets. The Rock has been in the Fast and the Furious movies. He's also done a lot of movies that have had critical acclaim. He's been like a big-time action star. But I'm reading this article, and the article is so bizarre. And I'm just going to go straight to the actual thing. Basically, The Rock, and here's the crazy thing, he did a movie called, how you not pronounce it, Manya? But anyway, he did a movie back in 2016 called, I remember that movie was an animated movie, where they want to do a live action version of it, because Disney loves to do that. So he was be Manu in that movie, but apparently they're axing it because of this legal situation, this litigation that's going on. So, what's the situation, you say? Well, Inside the Magic previously covered the Dwayne Johnson was named a defendant in a $3 billion lawsuit alleging kidnapping that has just moved forward in the judicial system. So this is really like, hold up, there's some real shit going on. The Rock, alongside many other defendants, is being sued by Trenesha Biggers. If you don't know who that is, if you are a fan of TNA/Impact Wrestling, she wrestled as Rhaka Khan. I do remember her wrestling in TNA during her former years in TNA, and they say WWE days. She might was in the WWE, I don't know, but anyway, alleging that she and her kids were kidnapped. Okay, so what you say? Where the hell did Rock come in? Okay, so Biggers said in the lawsuit that she and her children were forcibly evicted from her house in Tampa Bay, Florida, and taken to a Miami hotel where she said she was physically and emotionally abused. She also claims that Johnson and his business partner, Dany Garcia, threatened her. Now, Johnson, of course, has denied the situation and vows to clear his name. Johnson and Garcia's team put out a joint statement sharing that they categorically deny any involvement in this alleged incident. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on. It says that the backlash has shortly after that lawsuit moving forward in court reportedly has shared that The Rock was no longer being considered by Disney to play a role in the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Of course, many believe this had more to do with Disney's long-standing partnership and his role in several other Disney movies already, rather than anything that relates to that situation. But I'm gonna say this right here. I know Rhaka Khan from TNA. Personal life, really don't know too much about it, but I do remember looking up some shit where she was at one point going with Kurt Angle. Now, looking at some stuff about Miss Rhaka Khan, and as it relates to her personal life, Biggers was previously in a relationship, like I said, with Kurt Angle. On August the 15th of 2009, Biggers obtained a protection from abuse PFA order against Angle and had the police remove him from their house. The PFA was later voluntarily withdrawn by Biggers herself. On August 24th, 2019, it was reported that Biggers had been placed on El Paso's most wanted fugitives list for the week of August 25th. She is wanted by the El Paso Police Department on a charge of interference with child custody. Now, this is where it gets even crazy. Shortly following the police posting, a recording surfaced circulated online of Kurt Angle, her ex-husband, and a former independent wrestler admitting to making several false police reports against her, as well as false reports to Child Protective Services. He is currently on probation for beating beggars unconscious in front of their newborn baby and Biggers. Now, it's not Kurt Angle, it's her ex-husband. So Kurt Angle didn't beat her. So let's get that straight. But I'm just like, I don't know, man. This shit right here, bro. This hitting some real deep shit. First of all, do I have a standing vote in this? Probably not, but I do have an opinion. From what I've seen of Dwayne Johnson over the years, he's leading like a stand-up kind of guy. He helps out a lot with charities. He seems, and I say seems, like a decent person. I'm actually subscribed to his YouTube channel and everything. I don't know. This shit seems kind of question mark. Plus, looking at the situation with Miss Biggers, or AKA Rhaka Khan, I don't know, man. Shit. I mean, personally, from me knowing her from when she was in TNA, she was an alright wrestler. She wasn't nothing to brag about. She's real tall, and you know, she's very lanky and whatever. And Kurt Angle, I guess he had some jungle fever. He wanted to do his thing, and you know, salute that. But I think this investigation is going to probably end up getting more and more deeper as it goes on. Since it's going through the judicial system, it's going to be, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I watched a couple of The Rock's movies. I actually remember watching The Scorpion King and, of course, The Mummy Returns. I remember Walking Tall was a movie that was pretty good. It was a remake to the original Walking Tall movie. Also, you know, I even had I like Doom. Everybody kind of knocks that, but shit, Doom was not bad to me. Other than his movies, of course, wrestling-wise, the most electrifying man in all the sports entertainment. Hell, I did a review of his the tequila he has, Terramana. I've actually had the Blanco as well as the other one, the clear one. But I'm just like, it's crazy, man. We live in a time that everything we see is not always what we see. Maybe it is some situation of this, but then again, at the same time, it really seems weird for this shit to just be. I just don't know, man. That's just because that's some questionable shit. And I know they've already sat there and stated about the situation with R. Kelly, who I know that's too connected, about the whole kidnapping thing, of how they make it seem. Because if you kidnap somebody, why are they still going to the malls and shit and going to get stuff? That's my little critique on that one. But anyway, I don't know. So we're going to see as this goes on further. They even are talking about that there might not even be a fourth season of Young Rock. I haven't really been watching that show, but from the little bits of stuff I've seen on it, it seems like a pretty decent show. Kind of reminds me of Everybody Hates Chris. But man, you know, The Rock versus Rhaka Khan. This is Jug at 82, signing off.